and the world is still loving Pedro's love for the Milwaukee Brewers. Invite him to AmFam Field. Well, guess what? If they advance to the NLCS, we will be there, and the Magic Brew can celebrate. Now, moments ago, Craig Counsell, the opposite of celebrating, was on the podium talking about the game. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's, in the first two games, we have just not, produced enough pressure on them. First two innings, we did a nice job. I mean, we had 2 at-bats with runners in scoring position today. That's a pretty good sign that we're not creating enough pressure. We had 1 hit after the second inning, and it's that's going to add up to a lot of zeros, and that's what happened in the last 7 or 8 innings. So we've got to find a way to just create more pressure, and that's base runners, hits, walks. We've got to have more pressure and make innings, and kind of pitching decisions much tougher on the other side.
See what happens in Game 3. Now, Game 2 here on the anniversary of Roy Halladay throwing a no-hitter in the playoffs. Chooch. His son's throwing to Carlos Ruiz, Chooch. And we saw some great pitching in this one. Snell on fire early, Pedro.
Yeah, I was really impressed. I thought Ohtani pitched well, but man, Blake Snell is like in mid-season form and nice and fresh. Great news for the Dodgers.
Scary first inning for Luzardo, and then he went crazy. Get this, tonight was just the second game in MLB postseason history that both starters allowed 1 hit or less through 6 innings. That's the kind of performance you saw.
Game of his life.
But it all changed in the 7th inning, Curtis, like it always seems to with the Dodgers.
There's just so many bats there, one MVP after another MVP, and you just give them opportunities. Eventually, somebody's going to get a hit. The thing is, they strung those hits together in the 7th inning like they were able to do tonight.
Luzardo's night would end with 6 innings pitched and 5 Ks. A broken bat for Kike, scores Teoscar. It was the Hernandez brothers at it yet again, J-Roll.
Yeah. That's one of those plays. Look, it's a tough play. You're coming in. You know you got to make the throw to get the guy. But as a shortstop, you have to make that throw up the line.
Right.
Give the catcher a chance to catch the ball and block him off the plate, or at least make a good tag without reaching back across.
It just feels wrong that Will Smith is doing damage in Philadelphia.
He's from West Philly, cuz.
That's what I thought, born and raised. But today, he knocks it through. It would then become 4-0 as the Dodgers were pouring it on. We came down here, Curtis. We thought it was over. And then they brought us back in.
It's not over till it's over. Get runners on, cause a little pressure. Anything could happen, and we thought we might see it happen as this is getting now down to a 1-run lead.
Castellanos called safe there on what many believe was questionable base running. And then you could raise this question again. Bryson Stott lays down the bunt, thrown out at third.
I see nothing wrong with that play. I mean, you might get mad trying to play for the tie, but you're at home. You have to win the ball game. Put yourself in position. If we tie this game here, we can possibly go to extras.
And this heart was in our throats. The skip throw there to Freeman. He digs it out. He gets the out. And the Dodgers win both games in Philadelphia. The Dodgers have now won 9 in a row. That top of the lineup for the Phillies, including Kyle Schwarber, who is now 0 for his last 21 with 13 Ks. They can't get it done. The comeback falls short. And the Dodgers have been showing grit. Just ask Blake Snell.
What can you say about the grit of the team? Just that pick by Freddie, the bunt defense. Will's playing with a broken hand.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable. And then Muncy on the bunt to go 3 as well. I mean, what a wild inning, but to play here, get 2 wins in this environment is special, and the team's clicking right now. It's a lot of fun.
It was an impromptu play that I just told Mookie, you know Stott's going to bunt. He's a good bunter, and so let's just run a wheel play. Those guys executed it to perfection, and for me, that was our only chance really to win that game in that moment.
I love the fight in the 8th and 9th inning. They fought like hell, and hopefully that carries over into Wednesday. But this is a resilient group. Our backs are against the wall. You just got to come out fighting.
Yeah, does it suck that we didn't get a win here? Absolutely. But now we have to go out there. We have to focus on one game at a time. There's no looking ahead, right? And make our flight back home here in Philly, because we're going to be coming back at some point and make it worth something.
All right, so we're out here because we're going to break down the bunt, which seemed like the pivotal moment in the game. But first, we got to talk about Blake Snell. Held the first 13 batters hitless. What did you see from his stuff tonight?
I saw the typical Blake Snell when he's healthy, when he's on. And unfortunate for the Phillies, this is a guy that's very deceiving, has outstanding stuff, was mixing in his pitches. And I think he learned something from Ohtani because I saw him take pretty much the same approach against some of the same guys.
Attacking the strike zone?
Attacking the strike zone in certain areas. This is a good example right here on Turner. A lot of changeups on Schwarber. Start him off inside, finish him late on the outside part of the plate. That's what Ohtani was doing, and with breaking stuff. He was really executing today. A guy, like I said, over the top, really deceiving, hard to center. And Philadelphia did not do a good job of putting the balls in play against a guy that's normally tough. And then you strike out that many times. 24 times, I think it was, that they struck out in the last two games. That's way too many strikeouts. You can never overcome that against a good team like the Dodgers, and especially having guys like Blake Snell do what he did tonight.
Heading into that 9th inning, batters 2 through 6 for the Phillies. So this is Schwarber, Harper, Bohm, Real Muto, and Castellanos. 0 for 15 with 5 Ks. Now, the 9th inning, they came alive. So let's check out tonight's all-heart moment presented by Thrivent, because it's the one that everyone's been talking about. Philly started off going single, double, double, shows a bunt. Jimmy, what are you seeing here?
Well, what should happen is that on that first pitch, Castellanos should have...
What's this play where the second and short?
So the will play means we're giving up second base.
Right.
We're going to take our chance and get the out at third. Worst case scenario, he's safe, we get the out at first.
Gotcha.
But as a base runner, you have to see what's going on. Mookie isn't really holding him on. He's just kind of standing right there behind him. And what I didn't like about his lead is Castellanos went straight out. You're always taught at second base, when you take your lead, you walk towards the shortstop.
Because it looked like Mookie's in a dead sprint.
Right, and you're almost at, at that position, he can feel Mookie, he can hear Mookie. When Mookie moves, you move with him. But remember, there's no force play. There's no force play at third.
He's got to tag you at third.
He has to tag you at third. So they're giving up second base. That means I can get as far as I can because no one's going to be at second base for a back pick.
I can always turn around and
I can always get back. He didn't do that. He was just kind of sitting there almost like there was no game plan. Like what to do. If I can read this bunt and it's short, I can always get, and it's short and I can get there, I can go.
Right.
If not, I can go back. I can dictate a lot of things as a runner. If I take this lead as I'm coming back, Curtis is there, he's holding me on, okay, perfect. The bag is here. They can't pick me off. Third base coach is watching the second baseman. I have my eyes on him because he's probably already away from me because he has to get the first.
Right.
So I'm going to walk back, and I want to see exactly where Curtis is. If there's a pick, 2 things. He's going to have to go around me, and I can just cut him off right here. Because if he bumps me, I get the advance to third. But also, as the play goes on, if I'm here, I'm standing here, I'm not worried about the pick at second. As Mookie is hitting there and the pitcher lifts his leg, I can see the ball in the strike zone. I have to anticipate he's going to bunt that pitch. And with no one at second base, I can get down as far as I can. The catcher is not going to run back and try to get me at second base. So as Mookie starts to take off and he goes, I'm going right there with him as fast as I can, as far as I can, because I do want to get to third. But if I see that Mookie's 4 or 5 steps ahead of me, I can hit on the brakes. They're going to yell third because that's what it looks like I'm doing.
Yes.
I can go back to second. Now there's runners on first and second and nobody out. But the most important thing for those out there, base runners, when you're on second base, find the shortstop. Your third base coach is going to take the second baseman. We're not worried about the pick. They showed us on the first pitch what exactly they're doing. They're crashing. Find the shortstop. Get in his face. I want to feel you. What's going on, Curtis? You good?
Right.
Okay. The only way he can pick me is by running through me. If he runs through me, I get a free advance. But that way, like I said, I want to feel him.
You can
I
take
want
a
to
lead
hear Curtis
that deep.
As deep as you want to. You can take it deep. You can take a lead to center field if you like. Now you could get picked off, but you can do that. They tell you to come deep, get right next to him. And as a shortstop, if we were reversed, if you do that, I'm going to play with you. I'm going to mess with you. You come back towards me, hey, just to get you thinking I might go there because I have to beat you here. And if you're deep, you're changing my angle to third. I can't run straight across. The deeper you get, either I have to try to get you to come back or I'm going to have to stay screening. And as a third baseman, if you see the runner coming along with me and I'm looking like this, guess what? You're not making that throw. You are not making that throw. So there's a lot of things you could have done.
A lot of people are questioning Rob Thompson right now in terms of bunting at all. What do you guys think? You guys are still okay with the decision to bunt?
Dave Roberts said, we knew he was bunting. That's why they called the play. The reason they knew he was bunting is because you have Stott facing a lefty. He's 0 for 5 against him. His OPS against lefties on the season isn't that high.
It's like around 600, I think.
Yeah, you need to get the runner to third base. You need to get him 90 feet.
With no outs, and then you could put yourself. So you're saying it's less about the decision to bunt and more of the reading of the base running.
100%.
You
the
can
lead,
always go
the
to
secondary,
second, and it could be first and second with no outs.
I can get as far as I can. If I see the throw is going to beat me because he was out by a good ways, but at some point, one, I see the ball in the zone. I'm anticipating. He was taking his lead, the ball was coming in the zone, and he was breaking down to read if the bunt was going to get down. There's no reason to because there's no one a second. Even if he pops it up, guess what?
So it was
no one's going to be a second. Everybody's going to be in here trying to catch the ball, right?
Right.
There's nothing. He took a normal lead, just like a normal lead, just here I am, just chilling. Okay, here comes the bunt. And he kind of gets there and does a normal lead stuff. Not any effort, really true, great effort to get to third. Easy. And even if you're just going to take, let's just say you just take a normal lead without going deep, but you always should. As soon as he breaks, knowing no one's there, run as far down as you can. If he gets back, stop. No one's at second base. You can walk to second base.
It's everything you're talking about right now is base running game plan.
Yes.
And that was also because you were a great base runner. You stole a ton of bases. Nick kind of looked like someone that hasn't had a game plan when it runs the bases like that.
And it didn't look like he had a game plan there.
Caused them.
Yeah, and that was big. You can always go back. All right. There's no force. You can go back.
You can always have gone back to second. And we will always find out who Pedro's daddy is. So let's find out right now, Pedro. Who is Pedro's daddy?
What can I say? Just tip my hat and call the Yankees my daddies.
Let me see what the fan base says.
All right, the fan says, wow, they let Jackson Churio.
Nice
so Snell and some of the big pitching performances. Will Smith, that huge hit. And then Jackson Churio, that 3-run smash on one hamstring after he hit 2 hits in 1 inning.
That kid has a great number.
America is fixing Jackson Churio. But Pedro.
It's that one hammy.
You know what? I love my Milwaukee Brewers. I love everybody. I wish I could have taken any one of them. I was really impressed with Luzardo. I was really impressed with Will Smith.
Yeah.
We were talking about in the pregame show. But, man, I have to give it to Blake Snell.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I have to go with Blake Snell and make him my daddy for tonight because otherwise I will have to take all 4 of them and my mom wouldn't be so happy.
Too many daddies.
My mom would probably be screaming at me, so I took Blake
You were
Snell.
yelling, Cambio.
Cambio, he did such a good job, and I think he fed up Ohtani and what he saw from the field. Hey, I need some makeup on that face because I'm extremely shiny on that one. That's okay. We're down the beach. There we go.
That's that dad look.
That's that
dad look. Hey, boy. Hey, boy. That's right. That's right. Hey, we all know that look when Daddy gave you that look. But man, Blake went out well. The Dodgers look great. They're strong.
They did.
Milwaukee looked great.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know if it's changing.
NLCS is looking good. We're going to wrap it up. Coming up next, right here on The Closer.